Okay, first round, shut off on me. Let's see, is that working out right? And there we go. Okay. Good morning, Balance. It is Monday, May 18th. Next week is Memorial Day, which is coming super soon. I think it's the earliest a Memorial Day can actually be. But welcome to today's Monday morning. I'm Stephanie J. This is going to be athletic yoga. So we're going to be really moving our bodies, working our core. We'll be having some plank work. I think we're going to work on some camel as well, really work on strengthening our quads today. I hope you all have been enjoying the beautiful weather. I've been making it a goal the last week to do 10,000 steps a day, which I didn't think was going to be very much. But it actually wears me out. It wears me out a lot more than I thought it would. And I don't know if it's because it's like 5 miles-ish, or if it's because I really haven't been doing much cardiovascular work. But that's an aside. So for today's class, if you would like any equipment, don't forget to grab a block or a book. Don't forget to grab your strap or your scarf if you need to get that ready. I have a Spotify playlist listed if you want to use that, or you can just use your own music. Today's class should be good. I'm ready to get moving, to get mobile again. Every week my body seems to stiffen up if I don't do yoga at least twice more on my own. I'm just a pile of bricks. All right, so let's go ahead and head straight over to our mat. And we're going to wake up the shoulders again like we often do, because so much of the week we're spent hunched over or just leaned over on our laptops. So let's go ahead and interlace our fingers and interlace them, reach them down, and then reach them up. Remember, shoulders by the ears, reaching those hands towards the ceiling, crossing that right foot over the left, and stretch over to that left side, stretching into the ribs along the right. Breath in. And as you exhale, turn towards the ground, stretch migrates the upper back, and then all the way back to the side, all the way up. Relax the shoulders down, space soft around the neck. Let go of the hands and crossing the feet. And then go ahead and interlace your fingers the other way, the way that feels strange. Arms down and up, shoulders by the ears, and relaxing away. Go ahead and cross that left foot over the right. Stretch over to that right side, stretching into those ribs along the left side here. And then turning towards the bottom, reaching those hands towards the opposite end of the room. Back to the side, all the way up. Uncrossing the feet. Let go of the shoulders. Let go of those hands. Now go ahead and interlace those fingers behind you. You're going to bend your knees because our hamstrings are super tight first thing in the morning. We're going to go ahead and rest our chest on our thighs, let our head drop, hands drape overhead. Nod the head, yes, shake the head, no. Breath in, and exhale. Slowly, we're going to wake up all the joints of the body. Let go of those hands. Hold on to those elbows, nod the head, yes, shake the head, no. Wiggle out the shoulders. Let go of those elbows. You're going to go ahead and bend the knees and move yourself all the way down until you're seated on the ground here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by stretching out our quad. So we're going to go ahead and bend our right leg and bring that foot behind you to the side. And you're going to go ahead and just lean back onto your elbows. We're not going to be pushing this very far. If this is feeling too much for you right now, then just stay up on the hands. Everything's nice and tight first thing in the morning, first thing of the week. Take a breath in, and then exhale. See if you can let go of any gripping that you have in the leg. And breath in, and breathing out. And one more. And exhale. Coming all the way up. And just lean forward slightly. Feel the hamstrings. Feel how tight they are. And coming all the way up, and let's switch sides. First part of yoga is always about taking an assessment of your body. How tight are the muscles in the beginning of class? What do your joints feel like? And setting your expectations on how you might want to challenge them, how you might want to pamper them. Okay, so coming down onto the elbows, or again staying on the hands, feeling the tightness of the quads start to open up. And if you have a lot of mobility, feel free to rest down on your back. I am not there. Go ahead and take a breath in and exhale. See how much more you can let go. And again, and breathing out. Coming all the way up. And let's go ahead and lean forward. See what this hamstring says. The body's starting to wake up. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring both feet in front of us. We're going to go ahead and move ourselves all the way into a squat. There we go. And lean forward and back. Wake up the Achilles. Let's go ahead and straighten those legs a little bit more. They can still stay slightly bent. Hold on to those elbows. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Wiggle everything back. And then let go of those hands. Hands to the floor. And then go ahead and bring those knees down and bring yourself onto all fours. And let's wake up the spine. So hands under the shoulders. Go ahead and press through the ground. Round the back. Head drops. Tail drops. And then breathing in. Gaze up. Tail up. And exhale everything into a cat. Press through the hands. Head drops. Tail drops. Breathing in. Gaze up. Tail up. And one more time. Head drops. Tail drops. Press through the ground. Breathing in. Gaze up. Tail up. And then back to all fours here. All right, what we're going to do next is our bird dog. So we're going to have that right arm out. And you're going to go ahead and make a fist with the hand and keep that arm by the ear. And then left leg, bring that out and flex the foot. And imagine that you're pushing the wall behind you with your foot. So straight arm, straight leg. And then you're going to exhale and bring that knee and elbow together. See if they can touch, engage in the abs. Stretching out and back in. Exhale and stretch out. And twice more. And last one. And back to all fours. And then left arm out. Go ahead and make a fist with the arm by the ear. And stretch out that right leg and flex that foot. Trying to kick the wall behind you with the heel. And then exhale everything in. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale. Inhale. And again. And exhale. And then back to all fours. From here, let's go ahead and bring those knees wide. Just sink down onto those heels. Belly rests between the knees and just start to work your way down into the mat. And relax down. Breath in. Exhale out. One more. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and bring ourselves back to all fours. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under. You're going to pick up the knees and just keep those knees hovering for just a moment. And then go ahead and pick up those knees and push yourself back to a down dog. You're going to reach those heels down to the mat. And with the palms of the hands, push the mat away from you. And as you push that mat away, your head lengthens its distance from the ground. Hips reach towards the sky. And breath in. Exhale, pushing that mat away from you. And then let's go ahead and roll ourselves into a plank. And let ourselves just rock forward and back, side to side. Move ourselves in a circular direction one way, and then the other. And then lower onto your belly. And here, go ahead and bring your arms forward. Your elbows will be directly underneath your shoulders, palms flat on the ground. Just pull the ground towards you, lengthening the front of the chest. Breath in. And exhale. And again in. And exhale. And lowering down, hands under the shoulders, pushing yourself back into your child's pose, sinking down a little deeper. Again, nestling down between the knees and pushing the ground away and resting the chest down on the mat. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, spend a few more breaths here, setting your intention for class and what you want to get out of it. And notice if you have any commotion in the mind to see if you can let all that noise outside the room for the time being and just let this class and let this hour be just for you. And on the next few breaths, I will read you further along in the article that I started going through last week, Yoga as Self-Transformation. I'll be reading a bit by bit every single week. So doing yoga brings many concrete benefits. It's a powerful therapeutic tool for correcting physical and psychological problems. It retards aging and keeps you open sexually. It gives strength and flexibility for other physical activities. It can enhance your looks, posture, skin, and muscle tone, and vitality. And it can give your life a sense of grace and overall well-being. Taking another breath in, exhaling out, intentions set, focusing on surrendering or pushing your boundaries. Let's go ahead and move back to all fours here. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes under, pick up the knees and push yourself back into a down dog. And let's rise up onto our toes and heels down. And again, rising up and heels down, pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the next. From here, let's go ahead and wake up the hamstrings and then we'll go more into some core work. So let's first lift up that left leg or that right leg, first keeping those hips square. The legs won't go very high. The leg stays relatively low. Trying to straighten that standing leg as much as you can. And then opening up the hip, keeping that foot flexed. And then as you open the hip, you probably notice your body starts to open. Try to square those shoulders off. Equal weight in both hands and pushing that mat away from you. And then bending your right knee, try to kick your butt. Equal weight right and left hands, pushing the mat away, trying to kick your butt. And then go ahead and straighten that leg out. Reach the heel towards the ceiling, knee to the chest, and try to keep that knee tucked to the chest all the way forward until the leg comes forward into a lunge. And from here, you're going to go ahead and lower that left leg down to the mat. Bring that right arm on the inside of the leg. And then from here, just let your body move. Work out the snap, crackle, pops, and the sticky spots. And one more breath here. Again, go ahead and bring that leg back behind you. Find yourself into a plank, and let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa. We'll go ahead and lower into our chaturanga, hovering above the ground about an inch. Let's move into our up dog. Again, abdominals engaged, you're not just crunching in the lower back. And then pushing yourself back to a down dog. Rising up onto those toes, heels down. Let's do the other side. Pick up that left leg, keeping those hips square, keeping that foot flexed. And then as you open up the hip, open, foot flex, you feel your shoulders start to open, square them off. Equal weight in both hands as you reach that leg towards the sky, bending the knee, trying to kick the butt. Pushing the mat away from you, equal weight, kicking the butt. And straightening that leg up. Knee to the chest, try to keep it to the chest without changing the hands. And then bring that leg forward. And then let that right leg come down to the ground. Go ahead and bring that left arm on the inside. And again, let that knee open out. And work out all the kinks on this side. Breath in and exhale. Let's go ahead and find ourselves into another plank, okay? And let's go ahead and lower down into our chaturanga, up dog, And then back to our down dog. Rising up onto the toes and heels down. Bend the knees, a step or hop between the hands. Let's go ahead and hold on to our elbows. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Wiggle everything out. All right, let's go ahead and bring our hands down to the mat. Let's bend our knees and move ourselves all the way down until we're seated. And from here, let's go ahead and hold on to our knees. Let's roll onto our backs. Rock the knees side to side. Then bring the feet down to the mat. Keep the knees bent. Okay, bring your hands down to your sides. See if you can touch the heels with those fingertips. Relax those arms down. And we're going to do some heel touches here. So with your hands by your sides, you're going to reach towards the front of the room with those fingertips. See if you can touch them. And that reaching is what pulls you up. So it pulls the shoulders down away from the neck. And from here, we'll do our heel taps. So you're going to reach forward with that right hand and touch the heel. And then the left. And then the right. And then the left. And 5, 6. Each time trying to reach a little bit further than you had before. We're now at 11, 12. We'll do a total of 20, 16, 18, 20. We're going to do some bicycles. So hand behind the head, hands behind the head, knees to the chest. Straighten that right leg and try to bring that right shoulder to that left knee. And then opposite side. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Bring those knees in. Let's go ahead and roll ourselves up. Let's hold on to our feet into our boat pose and try to balance. You want to try to straighten those legs, you can. And try to balance here. Let's go ahead and do some, you can do V-up so you can have the knees bent here. We're going to go ahead and lengthen our bodies down along the ground and come back up. We'll do that total of 5 times. All right, so 3, 2, and then 1. Good job if you did V-ups. Go ahead and bring those feet down. And let's go ahead and push ourselves up onto our feet. Rock forward and back. Wake up those Achilles, straighten up those legs. Feeling the body starting to warm up now that our core is waking up. And go ahead and tuck that chin under. Hold on to those elbows, nod your head yes, shake your head no. From here, let's go ahead and bring those arms down to the mat. And let's go ahead and walk ourselves back to a down dog. Reaching those heels down towards the mat, pushing the mat away from you. Rise up onto those toes, heels down. Let's roll into our plank. And let's spend 5 breaths here. Breath in. And exhale, pushing through the ground. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, making sure your hips aren't sagging. Breathing in. And as you exhale, keeping those shoulders broad. And 2 more, breath in, exhale, last one, and exhale. Let's lower into a chaturanga, hovering above the ground about an inch. And let's move ourselves into a push-up, and back up. And then let's move through our vinyasa, up dog, back into our down dog. Rise up onto those toes, and heels down. From here, let's go ahead and pick up our right leg. So you're going to reach that right leg up towards the sky as high as you can. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And from here, you're going to then bend that knee forward until that knee touches that right elbow. And then you're going to reach that leg high. And then it's the left elbow. And then leg high. You're going to go right, left, twice more each side. So right. And left, breathing in as the leg goes high, exhale, and in, up, and other side, and up. And now the leg can come to the down dog, or it can stay high as you then move through your plank and chaturanga, up dog, back to the down dog. From here, let's go ahead and walk our hands back to our feet. Let's bend our knees and let's wrap our hands behind the knees, tuck the chin, And then try to straighten those legs. Stretch out the upper back. Breath in. And exhale. And then let go of those arms and use those hands to walk yourself back out into a downward dog. From here, let's go ahead and lift that left leg. Reach that leg up as high as you can. And then you're going to go ahead and bend that knee to the chest all the way forward until that left knee touches that left elbow. Then leg reaches high again. Exhale. Knee comes forward and touches that right elbow. Breathing in long, twice more each side. Left and right. And again. And breathing in. And exhale. And up. And now leg stays high or down dog as you then move through your plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Back into your down dog. Rise up onto those toes. Hand heels down. Let's roll into our plank again. Let's go ahead and go into our chaturanga with a push-up. Chaturanga, push-up, and vinyasa. Body's much warmer now. And now let's move into our plank again. Lower onto our knees. So we're on all fours again. Okay, from here we're going to go ahead and thread the needle. So you're going to begin by lifting up that right arm, opening up the chest, opening up those thoracics. You're going to thread the needle. So moving that right hand through that left hand and left knee till the head and shoulder rest. Pressing that left hand into the ground. And as you do that, you can start to gaze up, feeling a nice stretch in this area of the back. And then go ahead and lengthen that left hand overhead. With the option of the bind, you can then also bring that arm up and bend it behind you and reaching for the other leg. And then go ahead and release out of this. And coming back to all fours, and we'll move on to the other side. So go ahead and pick up that left hand, open the thoracics, and then thread the needle through, reaching until your head and shoulder rest on the mat, pressing that right hand into the ground to open up the back, gazing towards the ceiling. Breath in and out. And then reaching that right hand overhead, long line. Then with the option of that bind, arm all the way up and then bending that arm behind you, reaching for the leg. Breath in and exhale. And then releasing out of this and coming back to all fours. Let's go ahead and tuck those toes under, pick up the knees and push ourselves into a down dog. Rise up onto the toes and heels down. Let's go ahead and pick up that right leg, lift it up as high as you can, and then go ahead and bend that knee to your chest. Let's bring it forward and come into our warrior one. So with our warrior one, keeping those shoulders square to the front, back legs turned out about 45 degrees, sinking down into this pose, facing straight ahead. And keeping your ribs controlled, we're going to try to gaze up and try not to arch your back too much. Try to keep some abdominal engagement. Gazing up, sinking into the leg. Knees tracking straight overhead. And then reach those arms forward. Find yourself into a plank. And let's go ahead and go to a chaturanga with a push-up. And then all the way through. Back into your down dog. Rising up onto the toes and heels down. Lifting up the other leg. Lift up that left leg. Reach it as high as you can. And then go ahead and bend the knee to the chest. And reach it all the way forward. And moving into your warrior one, other side. Back leg turned out about 45 degrees. Shoulders square with the front. And knee tracking straight overhead. Or straight over those toes. And keeping some abdominal engagement. Hands together and gaze up. Breath in. And then reaching those arms forward, find yourself into a nice strong plank. And let's go ahead and move through the vinyasa with a push-up. Down, up, and again, up, all the way back. Rise up onto those toes and heels down. From here, let's bend the knees and step or hop between the hands. And moving into a forward fold, hold on to those elbows, tuck the chin, and then nod yes, shake no. Wiggle everything out. And breath in. And exhale. And let go of those arms. And then bend the knees and roll yourself all the way up to standing. And then coming to the front of your mat, fixing your clothes as you need. And let's go ahead and lengthen our spines and find our neutral here. So with your feet parallel, bringing your hands to your heart, feeling the full foot on each side, right and left on the ground, and then push the ground away from you. As you push, you can feel your hamstrings lengthen, your core lengthens up, and the more you push down, the neck lengthens up and through the head, the shoulders drop away. We'll go ahead and move through our sun salutation of breath, starting with the breath in and exhale. Breathe in, reach those arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Breathing in, arms up. And as you exhale, forward fold all the way down, tucking that chin. Breathing in, gaze up halfway. And exhale all the way down, enjoying every part of the move. Breathing in, picking up that right leg, move it behind you into a lunge. And you're going to exhale to a down dog. On the next inhale, you're going to go ahead and move into your up dog. And then exhale to your down dog. Breathing in, bending that right knee forward all the way into a lunge. Exhale to your forward fold. Breathing in, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Find that neutral again. Press through the feet, lengthening through the spine. And breath in. Exhale. Breathe in, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in, arms up again. And exhale, forward fold all the way down, tucking that chin. Breathe in, gaze up halfway. And exhale all the way down. On the next inhale, pick up that left leg and move it behind you into a nice lunge. Then you're going to exhale to a down dog. Breathing in, up dog. And exhale down. Breathe in, left leg bends forward all the way into a lunge. Exhale, forward fold, tucking the chin. Breathe in, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And then finding your parallel again, moving through your neutral. We're going to go through one more time each side a little bit faster. Challenge our bodies and challenge our minds. It's okay if the poses aren't perfect. It's the movement and what your body feels like. Breath in, exhale, breathe in up, into the heart, and breathe in up. Exhale, forward fold, breathe in halfway up, and back down, tucking the chin. Breathe in, right leg lunge behind you. Exhale, down dog, breathe in up. Exhale, down. Breathe in, right leg lunge. Exhale, forward fold, tucking the chin. Inhale up. Into the heart, pressing through the feet. Breath in and out. Breathe in up. Into the heart. And up again. Forward fold. Halfway up. And back down, tuck the chin, inhale, left leg lunge, exhale, down dog, breathe in up, exhale down, inhale, left leg lunge, exhale, forward fold, tucking the chin, breathe in up, exhale, hands to the heart, letting the body calm and wash over you, fixing your clothes if you need, and with your feet parallel, go ahead and bring your chin to your chest and roll all the way down. Moving into your forward fold. Let's move into our gorilla. So bend the knees, place the palms of the hands under the palms of the feet so the toes are at the wrist creases. And then from here, you're gonna go ahead and try to straighten your legs. Then you're gonna go ahead and bend your elbows and you're gonna try to pull yourself down into a deeper forward fold, tucking the chin. Breath in and exhale. And again, and pulling down. Take those hands out from under the feet, bringing those feet together. And having the feet together and touching here, let's go ahead and bend the knees and move ourselves straight into our chair, Utkatasana. And sitting down here, trying to sit down more in the heels if you can, and try to reach your arms up. Flaring out those toes. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's go ahead and turn to the right. Finding our twist. Opening up those arms. And releasing down into your forward fold, tucking the chin. I'm going to scooch back just a bit. Okay, and then same thing, bending the knees, reaching forward. Utkatasana. The pose to build heat, flaring those toes. Hands to the heart and turning to the other side. Opening up those arms. And then back into your forward fold, tucking the chin. From here, bending the knees and step or hop into a plank. And let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa with a push-up. So down and up and down, all the way through and back to the down dog. Rising up onto the toes and heels down. Let's find our down dog again. Equal weight, right and left hands. Push the mat away from you. Reach those heels down, hips towards the sky. Really lengthening through the back. And breath in. And exhale. And twice more, just like that. And exhale. And again. And exhale. Let's go ahead and pick up our right leg. I'm going to scooch myself forward just a bit. Pick up our right leg, reach those toes towards the sky, then flex the foot, equal weight right and left hands, and bending the knee, trying to kick the butt. And feel what the body is telling you now, later in class, now that we're warmed up. And then bend the knee to the chest, bring it all the way forward. Let's move into our high lunge and reach those arms up. Bring your gaze up. Sink down into the hip, reaching all the way forward. Find yourself into a plank. And here, let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa with push-up. So we're going to lower to chaturanga and push back up. And again, but this time up dog and back to the down dog. And now let's go ahead and pick up that left leg, toes pointed at first. Then you can flex, bend the knee. And again, try to keep equal weight in those shoulders and in those hands, trying to kick the butt. What do those quads feel like? Straightening that heel up towards the sky, and then bend the knee to the chest all the way forward into your high lunge. Sinking down here, gazing up, opening up the front of the hip, and then all the way forward. Let's find ourselves into a plank. And then from here, let's move through that vinyasa, but with the push-up. So chaturanga, up dog, oops, plank. Chaturanga, now up dog, now down dog. From here, go ahead and bend the knees. Let's step or hop between the hands. And then from here, go ahead and tuck the chin and then bend the knees and roll yourself all the way down until you're seated. And let's do that quad stretch we did in the beginning of class, just to do a comparison on how well the leg is starting to warm up. So bending that right knee behind you. Start to lean back. The muscles just start to feel a little bit more supple. And so if you feel ready, if you feel like you can go down the next level. So if you're on your hands, move down onto your elbows. And if you're on your elbows, Maybe see if you can come all the way down and reach those arms up overhead. And breath in. Exhale, feeling the circulation move through the legs. One more. Exhale, I lied. We're going to do one more breath. And again. And exhale. And then bringing those hands down underneath your lower back. You can make a fist with them underneath your lower back if you need to, or come up as you want. All the way forward and switching sides. Bending that left leg. And then staying here or lowering down onto those elbows. Oh, this feels so much better than half an hour ago. And then if you can, lowering all the way down. Breathing. There we go. Letting go. Reaching those arms up overhead. And breath in. Exhale. And again. And let it out. And again. And let it go. And bringing those arms behind you. I like to make a fist with my hands to put it underneath my lower back, underneath the hollow of the lower back. So as I come up, I have a little bit of a platform for my back. And it makes it much easier. Bring the legs forward. Let's go and bring those feet down to the mat to move ourselves back into a squat. Rock forward and back. Let's go ahead and move ourselves all the way into a forward fold. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees and step or hop into a plank. And let's go ahead and move through a vinyasa with the push-up. So chaturanga, up, down, up dog, back to the down dog. Let's go ahead and pick up that right leg, reach it towards the sky, and then bend the knee to the chest. All the way forward, let's find ourselves into a warrior one. And going through our sequence in our series that we do each week, so finding your warrior one, back leg turned out about 45 degrees, sinking down into this pose. Every time you're getting a little bit warmer, every minute you're getting a little warmer, challenge your body. Open up into your warrior two. So opening up those shoulders, reaching those fingers long, and sinking down. So back legs turned out a little bit more, and relax the shoulders. Upturning that front arm, reaching up and behind you, reverse warrior. Opening up the right side of the body, breath in. And exhale. And back into your warrior two. And from here, sink down a little bit more. And straightening that front leg. We're going to move into our triangle. I always like to bring that back leg in a little bit. Both legs straight, shift the hips back, reaching those arms forward. Windmill those arms. Shoulders are stacked with the option of the half bind. Top arm bends and moves behind you, reaching for the leg. This helps you keep your shoulders open, bringing your gaze up. And then moving into our extended angle, bending that left knee, and then bringing that right knee, bending the right knee, long left side, from the fingers to the heel, and then keeping those shoulders stacked, staying here, picking up this arm. This is a big challenging one, or moving into that bind, and then reaching for the hand. You might have to lower that lunge, trying to keep everything open, opening up those shoulders. Breath in. And then as you release, move yourself forward into a lunge, lowering that knee down, right arm on the inside. And again, opening up the body. Finding the balance between pushing and surrendering. It might depend on what workout you did yesterday. If you didn't do a workout yesterday, did you hydrate this weekend or did you dehydrate this weekend? And staying here, lowering down. Today, I'm just going to go down onto one elbow. If you were there, go ahead and lower down onto both. Breathing, letting everything everything out. Coming all the way up, let's go ahead and bend that front knee, that right knee in. We're gonna move into our pigeon. And for me, I'm gonna grab a block today. My hips are behaving very tight. So either staying without a block or finding a block or a book or a pillow and put it underneath your leg. And I'm doing this to help me find the alignment. My hips are too tight right now for me to find the alignment and be in this properly. So now I'm forward and I'm going to stay on my hands here, or maybe I'll move down onto my elbows, but this feels right. I'm breathing in, and then exhale a percentage of how much you're gripping. So it's almost impossible to try to let go entirely because this pose is tight on many of us. So I like to let go at 20%, and I want you to do that too. And breath in, and exhale, and that's 20% also in the upper back. That's 20% in the toes, 20% in the hips. And breath in, and exhale. Now just let it all go. See if you can do that. One more. Exhale. Okay, and then taking that block out if you have one, and then find yourself into a nice strong plank, and we're going to go ahead and do a double push-up. So we're going to go down and up and again, and then now the vinyasa. Up dog, back to your down dog. Finding the suppleness and the juiciness of that down dog, equal weight in both hands. Push the mat away, reaching those hips up towards the sky, heels down towards the mat. So much so that if you can raise those toes, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and lift that left leg up towards the sky as high as you can. And then from here, let's go ahead and bend the knee all the way to the chest. Find yourself into your warrior one. Sinking into this pose, body's warming up. Back leg turned out about 45 degrees. Finding the strength in this pose. And then open out to your warrior two. Back leg turns out a little bit more. Sinking down. Reaching those fingers long, maximizing that wingspan, but relax the shoulders. And then up, turning that front hand, reaching up and behind you. Breathing into that left side, breath in. And then as you exhale, back into your warrior two. Sinking down more. How far can you go? And straightening that front leg, back leg comes in. Then shifting those hips back, reaching those arms forward, windmilling those arms, keeping those shoulders stacked. And then you can move into a half bind here, keeping that chest open, reaching for that leg. You can see my fingers here. I'm really reaching to open up the torso. And breath in. And exhale. And then move into our extended angle. So you're going to bend your left knee, left elbow on the knee. Long right side from those fingers to the heel. Trying to make the longest line possible. Keeping the chest open. And staying here, or you can move and pick up that bottom arm. Very challenging if you want to keep holding here. Or moving into your bind. Reaching that top arm down, other hand behind you. Opening up the chest. And then one more breath here. And then releasing into a lunge facing forward. Lowering that knee, that right knee down to the mat. Left arm on the inside. Find what your body feels like. And then lowering down onto one elbow or both. I'm going to stay on one elbow on this side again today. Okay, one more breath in. And let's go ahead and move into our pigeon. So we're going to bring that left leg in, and we'll see what this side feels like. And I'm going to use a block on this one too. So I'm gonna put that underneath my hip to help square off my body, to help find my positioning. And then now I'm gonna let myself come forward. And I'm just gonna stay in this medium place where I'm still in the hands. I'm in a spot that's between my hands and the elbows. So I will make do, and this is what I will look like. But I am achieving the lengthening of my hip, which is the goal, and this feels nice. And start to let go about 20%. Let go of those toes, let go of the face, and breath in. And breathing out, maybe I can come down a little bit more. Letting go, bit by bit. And again, and let go all the way. And last time, breathe in all the way out. And coming up, let's take that block from under you. Let's find ourselves into another strong plank, okay? And we're gonna go through that double push-up vinyasa. So we'll go down, chaturanga, and up, and again, and up. And let's move through the vinyasa. And back to your down dog, rising up onto those toes, heels down. The body should feel so much nicer now. Again, rising up onto those toes, heels down. Let's go and reach that right leg up towards the sky, knee to the chest, all the way forward. Let's move into our warrior one. And from here, we're gonna go ahead and move straight into our warrior three. So you can bring that back leg in a little bit closer to help prep you. But you're gonna reach those arms forward, back leg's gonna come up. So that left leg's gonna come up, and you're gonna keep your hips parallel with the ground and shoulders parallel with the ground, reaching forward. Then we're gonna come all the way up. We're gonna move into our eagle. So that left leg's gonna come forward. It's gonna cross in front of the right. You're gonna wrap those toes around, arms down, left arm underneath the right until those palms meet. You're gonna reach those hands up towards the sky so you feel a stretch in the shoulders and sinking down in the feet if you can. And breath in. And then untwisting, shaking out that leg and coming to the back end of your mat. All right, let's go ahead and stand all the way upright, chin to the chest, rolling down through the spine, and then hands to the mat, back up into your down dog. And we'll move into the other side, so lifting up that left leg as high as you can, knee to the chest, all the way forward, in warrior one, finding your pose, and then coming up a little bit slightly if you need to, and I'll scooch back for you guys. We're gonna go ahead and move straight into your warrior three, hips parallel with the ground, reaching those arms forward, flexing the foot. Let's move into our eagle. So coming all the way up, right leg now brushes forward, crosses in front of the leg, wrap those toes under, right arm underneath the left until the palms meet. Reaching those arms up so the shoulders get a stretch, then sink down in the knees, balancing on the leg and finding your breath. And then uncrossing, letting go of those arms. How are we doing on time? Okay, we've got a little bit more going on. We still have to get that camel going. So let's go ahead and come to the front of our mats. Let's go ahead and reach those arms out to the side, all the way up, and then swan dive out all the way down into a forward fold, tucking the chin under. From here, let's go ahead and bend the knees and step or hop into a plank. Let's go ahead and move through our vinyasa. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, but also with another double push-up. So down and up, and down and up, and through, and to your down dog. Let's go ahead and make sure our blocks are out of the way as needed. We're gonna work ourselves down onto the mat in just a moment, but first let's lift up that right leg. Reach that leg as high as you can, pushing the mat away from you, flexing the foot, bending the knee, trying to kick the butt, then you can point the toe. We're gonna go ahead and flip that dog, so keep moving so you can open up the back. Breath in, and as you exhale, moving back over, reaching towards that opposite corner, keeping the control, bending the knee to the chest, reaching that leg through to the other side, open up the body, looking behind you, and then moving through, leg long, stays up or down dog as you then move through the vinyasa. Let's do this with a push-up. Woo! And all the way back to the down dog. Let's go and lift that other leg up as high as you can, flexing the foot, trying to kick the butt, pointing the foot again, reaching behind you, trying to stay controlled, flipping into a wheel, opening up the body, flipping back over, leg long, knee to the chest, all the way forward, open up the body, looking behind you, and back around, leg high, or down dog, as we then move through the vinyasa, and we'll try that again, up, woohoo, that's hard to do, a push-up with the leg up, and then back to the down dog. From here, let's go ahead and roll ourselves forward, and then back onto our bellies. Arms to your side, cheek to the mat, bending the knees, feet go side to side, windshield wiper, turning your head and facing the other way, legs long, chin on the mat, arms to your side, reach those arms behind you, trying to touch the back wall, toes touch, and back down and relax. And again, reaching toes, fingers, and back down and reset. And last time, reaching a little bit more. All the way down, hands under the shoulders, push yourself into a child's pose, sinking down between the knees. Breath in and exhale. One more, and breathing out. Push yourself all the way up to seated. Let's come into the middle of the mat. And let's come up onto our knees. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here is you can have your toes untucked or toes tucked. It's a little bit easier with the toes tucked because your heels are a little bit higher. I'm going to challenge myself today with the toes untucked. So what you want to do, first and foremost, is you have to keep your core engaged. You don't want to break at the hips. So you don't want to be sticking the butt out, and you don't want to be crunching in the lower back. So you're going to think of this as one long, it's almost like a plank, one long line from your thighs to your core. And so we're going to be leaning back, hinging back, one long line here, and you can either grab onto one heel and then the other. Don't break at the hips until you're holding on. Then you can open up the chest into your camel. And find your breath. And to come out of this, you come back into your hinge, one arm at a time, and coming all the way up. We're going to do that twice more. Now, you can do one at a time, or you can challenge yourself by just hinging straight back with your abdominals here. So hinging straight back, don't change, no hinging, no changing, or no changing in the abs, hold on to those heels, open up the body, let the head drop, opening up the chest, reaching the hips forward, and then coming back, making that straight line. You either come up one hand at a time, or you keep yourself strong in this hinge all the way coming up, okay? So again, challenging yourself again, one arm at a time, or keeping that challenge, holding on to your abdominals, then hold on to the feet, open up the chest into your camel, and then coming back. I challenge myself here. Whew, engage those abs all the way up. All right, coming all the way down now onto all fours. And let's go ahead and actually sit down onto the mat. Bring those legs forward. And one more time, we're going to stretch out the quads. So you're gonna go ahead and bend that right leg. See if you can go a little bit further. I'm gonna come all the way down onto the mat. I'm reaching those arms up overhead. Pointing the toe that's long. Breath in. And exhale. And breath in. And exhale. And one more. And breathing out. And from here, we're going to go ahead and come up as you choose, or go ahead and place your fists under your back. So as you roll up, you have a platform for your lumbars. And then switching sides. I keep making it singular words plural and plural words singular. All right, let's go ahead and come all the way down. See where you're at. I'm going to come all the way down. My body's letting me. And reaching the arms up. Breath in. And exhale. And listen, feel all those elements of the body. And exhale. And one more. And then let it out. And then again, hands however you want to come up, or placing a fist underneath your lower back to give your lumbar those support. Lumbars that support. All right, and feet straight out in front of you. We're still going to go through our seated forward fold here. So the feet straight out in front of you. Going to reach those arms up like you can touch the ceiling, flexing those feet. You're going to make the longest arc possible with those fingers, reaching up and forward, and then hold on to those feet or those legs, and then pull yourself down. So help lengthen through the lumbars, tucking the chin and drops. And breath in and exhale. There we go. And in and breathing out. And again, and breathing out. And we're just going to hold this for another 2 breaths. Okay, coming all the way up. We're going to scooch forward. Okay, we're going to turn onto our backs, hugging our knees, rocking side to side. And we're going to just go through a twist. We're going to straighten that right leg, hold on to the left, move yourself into a twist. Breath in, knee to the chest, other knee to the chest, lengthen that left leg and twist. And breath in. Onto your back, hugging both knees, straighten that right leg, straighten that left leg, hold it to you, open that leg out to the side. There we go. And up and knee to the chest, other side, lengthen that left leg, right leg up into the side. Knee to the chest, both knees to the chest. And then go ahead and bring those feet down to the mat. Lengthen the feet along the mat, feet mat width apart. Hands under the head, give yourself a nice gentle traction, then let the head rest. Arms to the sides, palms up, and just let yourself wiggle down into the mat so you can feel your footprint making an impression on the ground. And see if you can broaden that footprint with every exhale. So breath in. Exhale, deepen your footprint. And again. And deepen. A few more breaths with that inhale. And then deepening. And one more passage for you all. At its deepest level, yoga involves generating energy. Energy is often thought of as a mysterious force which is either there or not and out of your control. But through yoga, you can actually change its quality and generate more of it by enlarging the body's capacity as an energy transformer. Everyone has experienced different qualities of energy. And one more inhale. Exhale, relaxing, releasing everything. And start to wiggle those fingers and those toes, and those wrists, and turning the head side to side. Reaching those arms up overhead into a nice stretch. Pointing those toes, and then rolling over onto one side, and relax into the ground. And breath in. And as you exhale, putting the hands on the ground to push yourself all the way up to seated. Bringing your hands to your heart and honoring your body for everything it gave you today, for how it transformed from the beginning to the end of class. Namaste. Thanks all for coming and for taking. It should be maybe a cloudy day, but a beautiful day at that. I'll be teaching for the foreseeable future every Monday morning from 7:45 to 8:45, this athletic yoga. Any questions, any comments, let me know. I love teaching you guys. These virtual classes are amazing. Shout out to Balance. I love you guys. All right, have a wonderful day.